All right, hi everyone. Welcome to round 2 of the cocktail training. So this time we're going to go a little bit more in depth on what is in each of these recipes, the names. I'm going to say what the reference is to each of the names. Yeah, so let's just dive right in. So the first thing I wanted to start with is just the beer. Some tasting notes around that. We have the Lionsgate Lager, which is a light-bodied, very crisp and soft hop finish. Those would be your descriptors. The Hazy Pale Ale, descriptors would be big tropical fruit with a bright citrus aroma.
All from Steamworks.
All from Steamworks, thank you. And so if you can't remember all of those, I'm going to have cheat sheets behind the bar because obviously I can't even remember all of the information. I'm reading off the book. All right, so that is the beer. I want to jump into the synthetic upgrades. So, of course, we have the 2 non-alcoholic synthetic upgrades. We have the Turbo Boost, which is cold brew. So basically, just fill the ice with, or the glass with ice, or just put this in and top it with some ice. We have about 8 of these jugs. So I don't know if it's going to be like a big seller or not, but just so you know, that is the quantity that we have. We also have these guys. This is the Med Pack coconut water and vitamin waters. We have multiple flavors of the vitamin water, so people can choose, or you can just hand them one.
And you don't have to open it for them.
Don't have to open it. The idea is, especially at the end of the night, people end up with an abundance of tickets. So this is a great way where they can like use their tickets and just take something to go. And it also encourages end of the evening / next morning recovery. And so I think that that's really great. Of course, if people are not drinking at the party, these are both great things to offer. If people want it on ice, sure. But yeah, essentially it's meant to just like give it to them. And we've got quite a few of those. All right, so in terms of the alcoholic med packs, we have the Ram upgrade, which is, yeah, they're basically shots. They are shots, not basically shots. They are shots. So we have our house-made root beer bitters.
Ooh.
In this are cinnamon, which is like the fireball ingredient. We also have licorice root and root beer bitters, which are the sarsaparillas and sassafras, and then cola nut. So lots going on in there. Definitely has like that herbaceous root beer fireball vibe. So that is that. We also have the dongle, which is a pickleback. If you don't know what a pickleback is, I know I kind of glossed over that in the earlier one. It is a 2-part shot.
2 shots?
Yeah. So you have basically your shot of alcohol. I'm not going to fill
No
that
brim
full.
jobs.
No brim jobs. That's not full, so fill it full. And then you have your pickle brine, which I will fill full. So,
But no brim jobs
there you
though.
go. And so the pickle brine is in these special, unique bottles with a big pickle sticker on it. We'll have 2 of those going at the bar, and we'll top them up as needed. We don't want to crack pickle jars that we don't necessarily don't need to use. And then the person gets 2 shots. I guess I'll show you.
Full shot, no brim though.
Okay, so this is about the level you should fill those to. There we go. And the idea is they do the whiskey first and then the pickle brine.
Hey, can you show us how it's done, Katie?
I love your like cheeky laugh there. Okay, the video is gonna get worse after this.
And if they do it right at the bar, you know,
Hooah!
it's good.
Here we go. Okay.
Dongle.
Dongle. My dongle feels upgraded.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If people are doing multiple shots, by the way, like use your discretion around consumption. You guys all took your serving it right, so you know, be wary of that. Also know that like you're in control of the bar. Don't let people bully or pressure you. If a situation arises, Stephanie and I will be around, as well as many other eatART people, and we're happy to step in if you're not feeling comfortable having that type of interaction with people. So be responsible. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the cocktails. The first one is the vodka cocktail. Maybe I'll just go through the colors here. The vodka cocktail, which is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, is the yellow. Then we have the bourbon cocktail, which is a bacon-infused bourbon drink, and that is the red, and that's perfect. Then we have the gin cocktail, which is Follow the White Rabbit. We have the white tape. We have the tequila drink, which is Afterlife. We have the greener pastures. And Winter Mute, which is our rum drink. We have the blue, so cold as ice. Perfect. So I'll keep reiterating those. And of course there are cheat sheets that are going to be at the bar, so don't feel like you need to retain all of this. The first one, the vodka drink. We do have a non-Russian vodka, New Amsterdam vodka. And so this is a yellow tape. I know in the previous video I said yellow is gin, but we did some reevaluating between videos. So in this drink, the name comes from Do Androids Dream of Electric Mules. It's based on a book by Philip K. Dick called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which then became the movie Blade Runner. And so the reason we put subbed sheep for mules is because it's based on the drink, the Moscow Mule, even though we're not using Russian vodka. So still Moscow. And so in this drink, we have vodka, rose and hibiscus infusion. And so this would be this is not a non-alcoholic infusion. Sorry, let me grab the right jar. I do add a little bit of vodka to this, so in case someone's looking for a non-alcoholic drink, I would let them know if they want to have a little bit of this mix put into soda water. This will be mixed with lemon and honey syrup. It's not entirely non-alcoholic. It's very, very low ABV, but just in case, you want to be careful with that. So in this drink, rose and hibiscus, lemon, honey syrup, and then topped with ginger beer.
But it'll all be pre-mixed.
It'll all be pre-mixed. So we will color code the bottle, and essentially you will have all the other mixes. You'll just mix the alcohol, the mix, and then top it with ginger beer. And when we say top it, it just means put whatever we say the amount of these are. So 1 of the vodka and 2 of the mix in this case. And then we're going to top with ginger beer.
No brim job.
No brim jobs, yeah. We don't want people walking around the party spilling their drinks all over their beautiful costumes and wasting their drinks necessarily. So, perfect. So the second drink is the bacon bourbon drink. So I'll just show you. Again, we got the bacon from Two Rivers. Very, very generous of them. This is like the highest quality meats in town. And so they were kind enough to donate a ton of bacon for this. So I am doing what's called a fat wash. So if anyone asks about a fat wash, we can always get into that if you're curious. But this is going to go back to being clear. There will be no bacon in it, no grease in it. It will look like normal whiskey, be perfectly clear. And that's just a process that I do where I strain this out, I freeze it, and I remove all of the fat from this. So that is the bacon bourbon.
Which will be in what color?
That will be in... red. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I need the yellow. Okay, so in red. So that will be red on these bottles. And we'll put them back into the original bourbon bottles. So they will be in the Evan Williams bottles with the red tape. And then we will pre-mix maple syrup and cinnamon and black walnut bitters. It will have a little bit of water to it so that it's not quite so strong to also accommodate for what dilution would be. So it'll be cinnamon, maple, and bacon. That's essentially the flavor profile. And the name of that drink is Project 2501 Non-Synthetic Pork Product. And the origins of that name is Project 2501 comes from the original animated Ghost in the Shell, which is subtitled in Japanese. And in that, the main character turns out to be Project 2501. The non-synthetic pork product is, again, back to Philip K. Dick and his book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. In that, or Blade Runner, a lot of people don't own animals. A lot of people have animatronic animals. There's actually, generally in the world, not a lot of animals anymore. And so a lot are synthetic or animatronic. And so this is the idea of this being very, very special, because to have real pigs and to turn that into like a drinkable product would be quite special and luxurious. So that's the origin of that. And again, Two Rivers, we're more than please plug that if you feel. All right, so then our gin drink. It's called Follow the White Rabbit. Tape color is white. This is our gin drink, even though I have yellow on there. White tape on there. The reference is from, yes, Alice in Wonderland, but also The Matrix. And so I think we all know that iconic scene where Neo is at his computer and it's like, knock, knock, Neo. And it says, follow the white rabbit, the woman with the white rabbit tattoo. So that's the origins of the cocktail name. So we have gin in that. We also have something called Martini Bianco. This is a sweet vermouth. It's kind of vegetal and floral. It's quite light, but it's a very unique product. I don't know if everyone's had that, but this will be pre-mixed with the other ingredients. So essentially you'll just do the 1 shot of the gin and you will do 2 shots of the mix. And we'll indicate that with the white tape in like we've done on the other bottles where we show the ribbons. So add the amount of red solo cups correlates to the amount of ribbons. Also in that drink is aloe. And so the aloe ingredient is its aloe vera. I will be straining out all of the solids, so there will be no chunkies in there. There's also lemon juice and honey syrup. So that is the extent of that drink. Yeah, exactly. And then just build all of these drinks on ice. So you're putting it on ice, just give their glass a little shake. If you feel like you need, you can stir the drink, but like I said,
do you like fill the glass with ice or like half full with ice?
It's up to you. Like we're gonna find that there's all different kinds of glasses. So some of the glasses are gonna be pretty small, some are gonna be huge. When people come up with like a big gulp style glass, like, you know, be wary that it's not your responsibility to fill like a big gulp. Like it is a $12 drink. We also don't want to water down the drinks necessarily. But yeah, and then you can always, if people are like, I want something, you know, a little lighter, you can always offer that all these drinks, they can be topped with a bit of soda water if they want to stretch them out a little bit, or they feel like they wanted to, you know, like they want to try the strong drink, but they maybe are worried about, you know, getting a little drunk. It's always an option.
So if someone feels their drink is too strong, they could come up and ask for a bit of soda water top up, and that's free of charge.
You can add just a bit of water to it or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that, like, we're there to make sure people like have a good time, and that we're not encouraging overconsumption and stuff like that. So we want to facilitate that. Okay, so next drink is the tequila drink. This drink is called Afterlife. Afterlife comes from the video game Cyberpunk 2077, and that is the name of the bar in that video game. So this drink, being a tequila drink, it is definitely full-on hardcore riff of a Paloma. And so in this drink, we will have El Jimador Blanco tequila, and we will have lime, our own grapefruit blend, which is essentially grapefruit juice with a grapefruit bitters. So the grapefruit bitters is non-alcoholic. So this is a totally fine mix. If people just want this without the tequila and they just want it topped with soda water or ginger beer, that's a great way to do a non-alcoholic drink. So I highly encourage that. Yeah, so again, that's tequila, and then topped with your mix. And I believe it's 1 and then 2 of your mix, and then topped with soda water, or sparkle water, I call it on the menu. All right, so our last cocktail is Winter Mute. Winter Mute is blue tape, blue for winter. I see. And so this is a riff on a Mai Tai. So we're gonna use rum, dark rum. So I know a lot of people have Bacardi and things like that. I find Bacardi a bit petrol-y. Lamb's is actually pretty excellent rum for the price. So we're using a dark rum from them, and we're using lime, orange juice. We're using orange juice instead of orange liqueur because we're trying to stretch this out. Also, like, Mai Tais are like, they go down super easy if they're ridiculously strong. So we're gonna use orange juice, orgeat, and some spice drops. So definitely there's 2 ingredients in there that I'll explain. Orgeat. Orgeat is an almond syrup. The one thing that separates it from just regular almond syrup is that there's orange blossom water in it. So it's it has this little hint of floral prettiness to it as an almond syrup. This will all be pre-mixed though, the juices and mixes and everything. So you'll just add 1 red solo cup of this, and you will add 2 of the mix bottle. And again, the tape will indicate how many of the red solo cups you should add. Perfect. The other thing that's in this drink is the spice drops. So again, it will be pre-mixed, so this will already be in there. This is not going to make it like spicy. This is like a little tickle. This is to make it intriguing. But essentially it is like a chili pepper infusion. If someone is completely averse to spice, then yeah, maybe don't recommend this drink. But again, it's just more of a tickle. It's really not make it spicy. All right. Oh, and Wintermute. The name of this drink comes from, of course, one of the most iconic cyberpunk references, which is Neuromancer. And actually, the author lives in Vancouver, so that's pretty badass. Maybe you'll come to the party. Anyways, but Wintermute is the AI that sets them on their journey and is revealed at the end. Oh, spoiler alert. But yeah, so then we named the drink after that. Okay, so I think that that's the bit more in depth. We do have garnishes. There will be dehydrated lemon wheels, dehydrated orange wheels at the bar, and cucumber wheels. Honestly, the citrus wheels can go with any of the drinks. The cucumber wheels, you can use at your discretion. They would go very well in a lot of the drinks, but you can feel free to throw a garnish on any of them. I like organic garnishes because they just break down. Cucumber wheels are great because you can eat them. Please don't put pickles in any of the drinks, but you are welcome to just hand out a pickle. We have all these jars of pickle, and because we need the pickle brine for drinks, people are more than welcome to just have a pickle to take away. They're quite large, and I'm going to
Sorry.
I am going to put some beet potentially in the pickles, so when people bite into them, they'll be purple inside. Great reveal. All right. So if you have any other questions, my personal email address is coolboredom@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. You're also welcome at the party. I'll be there early, setting up. If you come by early, I'd love to make some drinks with you. If you're curious about just doing some run-throughs, totally down. But thank you again, and wash your hands.
Thank you, Katie.